Hi everybody, welcome back to 30 Days Until Done. We're working on our month of after poems, and the poems that we're working on today is by the great Donna Hilbert. And one of my favorite poems from her is Traveler, which was written after her husband died, and it's about a dream that she has in which her husband has left her instead of died, and like no one is really giving her any sort of pity or help or love or whatever. And so it's really about an anxiety dream, right? And it's also a sonnet. It's a modern sonnet. Not a lot of people are able to pull off. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of people who are doing great sonnets, but there's a lot of resistance to the sonnet, and the problem with the sonnet, I think that most people have, is they think it has to be Shakespearean, right, in sound and form and all that sort of thing. Donna's is not, and it ends up being a fantastically strong poem. And okay, so if you're gonna do a poem after it, those anxiety dreams that you have about things that aren't really your fault, those people that you miss, that sort of thing, you can do it in terms of that. You can do a response. You can even address Donna herself. You could also just simply write a sonnet and try that out if you've never tried that out. If you do try it out, start with the words first rather than the idea. Let the words draw out the ideas from you. Start with your first rhyme, or maybe the rhyme on the fourth line, and just build out from there. And if you want to know more about that, you can buy my book about writing formal poetry and how to come across that differently. Okay, so if I were going to do this, what would I do? What are my anxiety dreams? Um, I might have. I've got a lot of anxiety dreams, right? Very often about teaching, and talk about how I'm in the classroom, and I'm usually having to teach political science, and I've never had a political science class, so I'm like up in front of everybody saying, I don't know, I have not a clue, right? Which that kind of thing. That I think would be a really great sort of thing to approach it. So you could do the same sort of thing. Of course, that doesn't have the same weight and power as Donna's poem does, which is just so it's beautiful, it's poignant, all those things. Anyway, when you're done with that, post down below, and I'll see you tomorrow on 30 Days Until Done.